We've got Paul Blackburn. What a start he had in LA on the show. Keith Rad from Artists and Mets Radio joins us, and we play, once again, Mets Make a Deal, the game show sweeping the nation. What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Janella. This is In the Cage, the Mets official Citi Field Series preview show. You also get to watch the Mets take batting practice before they take on the Washington Nationals in this 3-game series to kick off a 6-game homestand. But first up, it's the leadoff spot. The one stat you need to know heading into this series, and that stat is 18. The Mets are a season-high 18 games above 500 entering this series. They didn't get to that number last year until September 22nd. It's June 10th today, a sweltering June 10th, but only June nonetheless. Last time the Mets were 19 games or better above 500 is when they ended the 2022 season, that 101-61 team. A long way to go to get to 40 games over 500, but if the Mets can at least win tonight or take 2 out of 3 this series, they will already supersede that high water mark from last year. All right, we got a lot of fun to get to, so let's jump in the cage. Paul Blackburn, fresh off 5 shutout innings against the defending World Series champs and maybe the best offense in baseball out in LA, and now back here at Citi Field. Paul, welcome back, man. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. It's a pleasure to talk to you, because not just welcome back from the road trip, but welcome back from a long road back to the majors. 9 months, litany of injuries, haven't pitched since last August, and then you come back and you had that incredible performance on the spot start in LA. How much did you have on yourself riding mentally on that? I know everyone out on the outside, I'm sure, was encouraging you as much as possible, but you had to have a little bit of pressure on yourself after being away for that long, I would imagine.
Yeah, I feel like as individuals, everyone I feel like kind of puts a little more pressure on themselves than needed. But yeah, going in there, first game of a 4-game series against the defending champs, just being able to kind of start that series off on the right foot. Just being able to come in there and kind of build some momentum. I talked a little bit after the game with Lindor leading off on that homer, kind of start some momentum for that series. And for me, my job there is to just try and get those guys back in the dugout as quick as possible. And just being able to kind of give the team what they needed that day, it was a huge kind of honor, and yeah, just kind of proud of it.
I'm pretty stoked. I can tell. Yeah, just smiling about it. And we were all happy to see you make that great appearance after that long layoff. 9 months away. What's the toughest part, being away from the game for that long, with all the work you got to do that people don't get to see?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. You come in here every single day, and you do what kind of on your plate that day as far as the rehab standpoint goes, but in the back of your mind, that there's 0 chance you're playing, and like you're not playing for a while, and just being able to kind of come in here and take care of business, hang out with the guys as much as possible, kind of eases the mental side of it, but also just when you're just sitting around and just kind of watching, it's obviously a lot more fun when you're good, and we're playing really good baseball right now, but you also want to contribute. You also want to be out there with the guys and go through the ups, go through the downs, with everyone. So yeah, just being able to be back now and kind of just giving the team whatever they need is kind of what I'm looking forward to.
What is the expectation, the hope, or what do you think? Obviously, a good problem to have for the Mets is a lot of starting pitching depth, but now as guys come back from injuries, maybe more guys to sit at the table than there are chairs. So what are you hoping to do now moving forward? And has there been a game plan established? What can we expect?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, really. Just being able to kind of give the rotation a blow if need be, being able to make a spot start, and then also kind of giving the bullpen a blow. Like the other day, come in and just being able to kind of give 4 innings out of a bullpen and kind of a lopsided game, being able to kind of save the the high leverage guys and kind of let them kind of take a day off and get a couple days off with the off day yesterday. Just being able to, like I said, kind of contribute any way I can. Just being out there, going out there and just being able to pitch.
You can never have too many good arms in a baseball season, and when you have that many, it's good to be part of the crew. This team, the Nationals, whether you've come in whatever role you might this series, what's the attack plan? They got a lot of good young talent, a lot of different variety of hitters. What are you guys as a pitching staff looking to do to exploit this lineup however you can?
Yeah, like you kind of said, they got a lot of young good hitters. I think it starts at the top with Abrams. I know he's having a really good year right now. I think he's one of the better kind of up and coming young players in this game. He's definitely exciting to watch. Has some pop, can run a little bit, plays good defense. James Wood kind of follows him there. Another guy that could easily be a superstar in this game at some point. You mix in some veteran guys in there that are going to put together some good at bats. I think Ruiz is a really good hitter as well behind the plate. He's always kind of giving me tough ABs. But I think it's going to be a good test for us. Kind of start this homestand off good. Go out and hopefully get a win tonight and be able to kind of keep the ball rolling from this road trip. Yeah, that's a young, exciting team over there.
All right, should be an exciting series too. And a couple people were curious because you had this thing you used to do earlier in your career. You used to go eat at a different pizza place, I think, before every start. Now that you live in New York, pizza capital of the world, is that still going on?
No, not so much.
To cut it back a little bit.
Yeah, no, I definitely have tried my fair share of kind of slices around here.
Good, so you're putting a dent in it.
Yeah, but no, as far as having pizza before I pitch, no, I'm not doing that this year.
The team nutritionist will be happy to hear about that one. Paul Blackburn, appreciate you very much, man. Continued best of luck.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Keith Rad down from Odyssey Mets Radio. Welcome back from the road. How you doing?
Good to see you, Mike.
Good to see you too. Let's get right to it. Great road trip. Obviously split the 4 in LA, sweep in Colorado. What worked for the Mets on this road trip, besides playing the Rockies 3 times? I think that works for a lot of teams these days. That was maybe lacking in previous road trips for them.
I think going out to LA, facing that team in that ballpark, splitting, the Mets could have probably won all 4, maybe 3 out of the 4. It's just knowing, you leave that place knowing that you can beat them. I think that was a big thing for them, big series against the Dodgers. And we're starting to see, the pitching's been there all year, the offense pick it up. Offense won some games. Pete Alonso's been going bananas this week, so that helps.
Yeah, video game numbers.
And then anything that ends up in Colorado. The funny thing is the Rockies play there too. It doesn't seem like they know that, but the Mets took advantage of that for sure.
And then at the same time as that's happening, you get the Phillies getting swept, you have the Braves getting swept, and I know it's not even the middle of June, very early for scoreboard watching, but this has to giving the fan base a little bit of extra juice for sure as the Mets keep doing well. Do you notice anything in these guys that they're seeing, hey, the struggles of our division rivals are giving us that extra little gas in the tank?
Yeah, it's big that they are still just doing what they're doing at the end of last year, where they did their thing against Atlanta. Of course, Game 61 exercised a lot of demons last year. What they did against Philly in the playoffs, I think they came into this year with the mindset that they can be the best team in this division, and the Mets have hit like that little May rut where they went a little under 500 for about a week or 10 days, and they survived that. And then you look up, and Phillies are doing what they're doing. The Braves have not kind of come back to earth from those early season injuries. So you look up, and it's now 4.5 games, could grow, and other teams have their problems. Not every team is perfect. The Mets right now are doing well.
Yeah, we're ahead, fall behind, survive that, so we're now ahead by as much as they were earlier. It's almost like you bought a month of time and didn't lose anything in the standings. Compared to last year where they were digging out of the hole for the whole season, it felt like much more preferable that way. But now they come back home, and the Nationals, if people have been so focused on the Phillies and Braves Schadenfreude, they might not realize that the Nationals are 3rd place in the division right now. And even though they're below 500, a team with a lot of good names, a lot of good talent that's been playing relatively well. What can we expect from them this series? What's changed from the last time Mets fans might have seen this club?
Yeah, I like this series because this is the Juan Soto series against the people for Juan Soto. Because all the Nationals that you'll see tonight, Mackenzie Gore pitching, C.J. Abrams at shortstop, James Wood in the outfield, Robert Hassel III in the outfield. Those guys were all traded for Juan Soto years ago with the deal with the Padres. So they're a very young team. You'll see a lot of talented players and moments. They're not putting it all together quite yet. They will, though. And like you said, they're surprisingly ahead of Atlanta in the standings because they can play well. They have the talent. They just haven't put it all together. But if they steal a game, if they win the series, don't be surprised.
Especially with Mackenzie Gore going. He gives them a chance anytime he takes the bump. Should be an excellent pitching matchup to start off the series. Finish us off as always. You got any good behind the booth stories, good road trip stuff?
Yeah, we were in Colorado, which is not far from Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Pat McCarthy, my partner, woke up one morning, Saturday, rented a car, drove up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, tell me why, I have no idea, to check it off his list. I've been to Wyoming, great, done. But like when you do it in one day, he has the guidelines. I need to have at least a meal to make sure that I've checked off the state.
Right, 10 toes on the ground that he's been in.
So he tells me, yeah, I got 2 wraps from Buc-ee's, which is like a famous gas station. Turns out both of those Buc-ee's were at the border in Colorado.
No way.
So he went to Cheyenne, Wyoming for no reason.
Should have talked to Brandon Nimmo and gotten some recommendations for the hometown. That's great. When we go find Pat upstairs, got to give it to him. That's the kind of stuff we bring Keith Rad down for. Appreciate you, man. Odyssey Mets Radio. Check him out this whole series. It's time for Queens and America's favorite new game show, Mets Make a Deal, the game where the questions get harder but the prizes get better. And Tarek has come all the way up from, tell us where?
South Carolina.
I'm from South Carolina here for a game today. And you were up for a personal event and decided to come to a Mets game, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if we can make it worth your while to get some prizing. Here's how it works. We're going to ask you up to 3 questions, but after you win something, you can bail whenever you want. So, admin, can you hand me the first prize that we'll have for question number 1? All right, this Mets home run apple little pop toy, which is super fun to play with. Here's the question that you can get right to earn this. Pete Alonso recently moved into 2nd place all time in Mets franchise history in home runs hit. Who did he just pass? Was it A, David Wright, B, Keith Hernandez, C, Howard Johnson, or D, Mike Piazza?
David Wright.
David, why do you sound like you don't know it? Of course it's David Wright. Nice job, David. A little more confidence here. You just won this, my man. Congratulations.
Okay.
So you get to feel it. You get to see what it's all about. But let me try and tempt you here, because our second prize is... Ooh, look at what we got here. This is the Mets City Connect Clay Holmes hockey jersey that they gave out here a couple homestands ago. Okay. But the question's going to be tougher. So you happy with what you got, or you want to risk it for the biscuit?
I can risk it for the biscuit.
All right, I like it. So let's see if this jersey's going home with you. With the second question, which Mets pitcher currently leads the National League in ERA? Is it David Peterson, Kodai Senga, Clay Holmes, or Tyler McGill? A lot of good options. Guys are dealing this year. But who's doing better than anybody? Got to think about who's qualified, who's throwing the number of innings pitched you needed. But we'll need an answer quickly.
Senga.
Going Senga. Again, my man is like taking it calm and easy, and then he's right every single time. Kodai Senga is right. So that's yours now. I'm going to trade you. So give me this back.
All right.
Admin, thank you. Now, last question, last prize. Let's see what you're on the hook for here. A Jeff McNeil autographed baseball. But this question's going to be tough, I can tell you. So are you happy with that, or do you want to keep going? Came from South Carolina, came a long way.
I'll keep going.
Gonna keep going. All right, well then I'm going to take that back, because you just sent that out to try and win this ball. People you're here with are already telling you, oh, you shouldn't have done it. Let's see. Which current Mets player did not play in the past for the Washington Nationals, the team they're playing this series? Juan Soto, Ryan Stanek, Jesse Winker, or Reed Garrett? So we're looking A, Soto, B, Stanek, C, Winker, D, Garrett, with a Jeff McNeil baseball on the line.
I think it was Winker.
Gonna go Jesse Winker? Well, you're like, I'm not really confident, but I'm right streak comes to an end. Jesse Winker has played for the Nationals. Oh, Tarek, you don't get this ball. You don't get anything because you took that risk, and hey, man, you wanted to make a deal, but we couldn't. Appreciate you, though. Have a great time at the game and safe travel back to South Carolina. I already like this guy because his name is Mike, and it's his birthday today, coming in from Whitestone. Let's see if we can send you home with some birthday gifts. You do, however, have to earn them.
No problem.
First question, let's see what our prize is. The Mets home run apple pop toy. This is pretty cool, fun to play with. To earn it, here's your question. Pete Alonso just moved into 2nd place all time in Mets history, franchise home runs. Who did he pass? David Wright, Keith Hernandez, Howard Johnson, or Mike Piazza?
David Wright.
Went past the captain, and that goes
Yes.
right past me and into your hands.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. You're now feeling it's fun to play with, right?
Yes, exactly.
However, I'm going to tempt you, see if Mets make a deal with our second option for question number 2. This Mets City Connect jersey. Clay Holmes giveaway from a couple homestands ago. Do you want to play for this or keep that?
Let's play on.
All right, so he felt that he liked it, but we want to keep going. You got to earn this with this question. Which Mets pitcher currently leads the National League in ERA? David Peterson, Kodai Senga, Clay Holmes, or Tyler McGill?
Kodai Senga.
He says with authority.
That's right.
Just the way Kodai Senga pitches, and that's right. So I'm going to trade you that
Awesome.
because
There
you
you
just
go.
upgraded. We'll keep that for ourselves. That's pretty sweet.
Yes,
and
it is.
looks good on you.
Yes,
and that's
great,
a good
looks
birthday
good.
gift.
Yes, thank you.
However, I want to tempt you, see if we can Mets make a deal here. A Jeff McNeil autographed baseball.
Nice.
But it's our hardest question yet.
Let's play on.
Oh,
I
the
feel
birthday
lucky.
boy. Look at
That's
that
right.
birthday luck. Here we
Yes.
go. Which current Mets player has never played for the Nationals, team they're playing this series? Juan Soto, Ryan Stanek, Jesse Winker, or Reed Garrett? For this Jeff McNeil autographed baseball.
Ryan Stanek.
Ryan Stanek is correct.
Yes.
Hey,
All right.
Nice job, man.
Awesome.
I will make that trade all day long.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Let's go
However,
Mets.
well, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
It's not called Mets Make a Deal for nothing. I'm now going to tempt you with this mystery box prize. This could be maybe a used game helmet. It could be another autographed baseball. Last time we did this, it was a full team autographed baseball. Could be old ticket stubs, peanut shells. It could be a bad thing too. You never know. So are you feeling the birthday luck?
I'm feeling the birthday luck.
You want to go for the mystery box?
Let's go for the mystery
All
box.
right, then I'm going to take that away from you now. Give that off, and let's see what's inside this mystery box for you, Mike. Well, I hope you're hungry on your birthday because these are the leftover sliders from the Mets front office lunch today.
Hey, no
Oh,
problem.
yours.
White Castle burgers.
My man,
There you go.
My man's
Nothing
excited
better than some
for
White Castle
free
burgers.
old sliders.
Yes.
And a couple Mets napkins here for you to enjoy as well.
Thank you very much.
Mike, you're a good sport, man.
Thank you for
Happy
everything.
birthday.
Appreciate it.
Little
Yes.
Ketchup, little mustard.
That's right. Go
Those
get
will
some
be
cheese now.
delicious.
Uh-huh.
Let's make a deal. Delivers every time. Our thanks to Paul Blackburn, Keith Rad, our contestants on Mets Make a Deal, and most of all to you for watching. Hope you're coming out to a game at Citi Field this homestand. If you do, say hi. If you can't make it, make sure to follow the Mets on all your favorite social media platforms @Mets. Appreciate you stopping by. My name is Mike Janella. Thanks for hanging out in the cage.